WAGWAN, everybody, big up on yourself. I'm Kadeem, brand number one, Dan Legacy. This is my queen.
Alexandra, you don't know how to ting set, you don't know how to ting go, so let's get it.
So
basically today, we are talking about our 3 tips on how we survived the pandemic thus far as a couple and basically quarantining together. So we want to share those 3 tips with you guys. If you're a couple as well, then you can kind of try and relate to us. And if this is something you're interested in, then stay tuned.
Yeah, that's right. So the first tip that we want to talk about is how to find a balance between personal time and quality time together as a couple. And it's quite difficult to actually find that, right?
Definitely.
So, waking up or, being quarantined, locked up in the house together, it's basically together time. So you're always together, right? And to actually to find the time that you like, okay, I need personal time. You know what I mean? I need to regroup myself and feel better. So you do things that that's gonna help your personal development, right? If it's reading, talking to someone else, or
or if you're like, as a woman, self-care is like your little outlet or escape. Sometimes it's good to have a balance between the two, because when you're constantly like on top of each other, it can be like you can get to a point where you just want to like strangle them. And honestly, some couples unfortunately didn't survive during the pandemic because, again, like when you're used to regular life, you're used to seeing each other and then not seeing each other.
Right.
But in the pandemic and isolation, everything shut down. It's like you're kind of forced to be in each other's space 24/7. So the question is, like, how do you get through that? And how do you create a balance so that the both of you can coexist and have kind of more of a positive atmosphere in your house?
Yeah, exactly.
That was definitely a struggle for us, for sure.
Definitely. And like with that being said, to find the balance or to separate is difficult. I found it really difficult to actually separate from her while being in the same house because I always want to be like there for her, but like at the same time I know that I need my personal space to work on myself, right?
Yeah, self-reflection is really important.
Definitely.
So I feel like that's important, and like, just finding your own hobbies, kind of finding what kind of separates the two of you. What makes the two of you different? Because if you only know yourself as being like a girlfriend or an attachment to him, then you're not going to be able to figure out your own growth and identity during this time as we continue through this pandemic,
Right.
It's going to constantly feel like you're in this cycle of like just trying to, I guess, validate each other and like get each other's like, I guess, attention. So it's like really difficult, but you got to find a way to separate yourself and know what makes you uniquely you, and what makes that person uniquely them, and also like encourage them in that, because I feel like a lot of people found their skills and their purpose during this time, us being included. So when you figure out, hey, like I really want to do this, or this is something I love, like what do you think about it? It's like that person has to give you that space to figure out your path, your lane, where you want to go with it, but support you healthily from the side, So.
And, quality time is also like needed as well, because you get to be in each other's space where you can like build with each other. Iron sharpens iron. So if I come to you with, a concern or just something that I feel like I can, improve on, it's just us, building off each other's strengths and like I guess like covering, not fully covering, but build on, our weaknesses.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a good point. It's healthy conflict too, because like sometimes there are going to be misunderstandings. You're going to have conflict. You're with each other all the time. Right. So it's like even when conflict happens, it's just like finding that balance of, appreciating each other, and then quality time being like, it could be when you're having dinner. That could be like your quality time where it's like no phones, just us talking about our day, or maybe things that we found out or are learning about ourselves, and just kind of keep building from there. And just kind of like setting aside time, or if it's before bed, cut off your phones and just have time with each other to reflect or talk or whatever is good for you. Netflix, like, so I feel like that's really great.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll move on to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is all about respecting each other and reciprocating each other's love language. So, if you guys are not aware of what love language is, it's kind of just like how your partner shows their love and appreciation for you. So, everybody has their own ways that they go about their love language. So, for example, with Kadeem, his love language towards me is through acts of service. So, he would love to go and like make me breakfast, or he would love to go and cook us dinner, or maybe do my laundry for me, or give me a massage, like those kinds of things. So it's kind of like that's how he shows it. But for me, my acts of love language would be words of affirmation. So I love to just give him pep talks of encouragement if I notice he's down, or just like being his cheerleader, you know, boosting him up, or just kind of like going on a rant about like positive things. I love to just talk and express on positive things. So for me, it's all just words of affirmation. So what we did is, you know, we had conversations about that, and I would tell him like, babe, you know, I require you to give me more encouragement. I need more of that, more of my love language, because it helps me to keep building myself, because I'm on my own road, my own path of personal growth, of success, of like so many different things, and I want to make sure that I'm staying as connected with him as possible. And it's just the same way with him, you know, I try to go out of my way to do more acts of service. So if I can make him breakfast, or if I can be like, hey babe, like would you like a massage, or you know, would you like me to help you clean up your workspace, or you know, just like do different things that would kind of make him feel validated and appreciated. I feel like it's really, really important to do that.
Definitely. And it also like refills you and like boosts your spirit as well, right? It's just like you implementing new or boosting or giving me value as well.
Definitely a positive exchange of energy. So, you know, it's like recharging each other. You can't fill from an empty cup. So as long as like we're both kind of giving each other what we need in terms of that positive energy, it's always going to be resupplementing itself, and the cycle can continue in a positive way. So we both feel like that's super important to do, and just a great thing that we try to implement. We definitely try to balance between each other, and we don't try to change the other person as well. So it's like I don't want him to try to do or show me love the exact way that I show him love, and it's the same way vice versa. He's not trying to change the way I do it, but we also want to definitely be there to show each other love in different ways that the other person feels that validation that they need, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. So what's the tip number 3? I would say, sorry, you go ahead.
Okay, the third tip that that we would like to, you know, share with you guys from our experience going through this pandemic is communication, right?
Transparency as well.
Yeah, definitely. Also, when it comes to communicating and being transparent, you have to take accountability and also accept what the person is actually giving or bringing forward to the table.
Definitely, I agree. Yeah, so just to talk on communication and transparency, with that, it's just like when you communicate, be as transparent as possible, meaning that you're just straight to the point, you're truthful, and you're honest. There's nothing wrong with letting your partner know that, hey, there was that one thing that you did that kind of threw off my energy, or like triggered me, or made me upset, instead of letting it fester. And then it ends up in a blow up. So I noticed that that was kind of a downfall of mine, kind of towards like the beginning of the pandemic. I struggled a lot with just communicating my like negative emotions. So if he did something, I would kind of like just shut down and like ignore him. But it's like that doesn't help, because it just creates tension in the home, which creates like problems and issues for both of us. So I feel like it's great to just be honest. And then what about your tip, babe? Or your side of the tip?
It's again being acceptance to what the person or your partner is actually bringing forward to the table, or actually telling you what's hurting them or what they're going through, so you can actually like change that, right? Everything comes with acceptance, and then you can move forward into making changes. So, and that's when it comes to accountability, where if the person said you did something that hurt me, or you're doing things wrong, you have to accept it and actually have the accountability to say, okay, I'm sorry. for what I've done wrong or how I made you feel. So what can I do to change that? How can we improve on this so it doesn't continue to happen, right? Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, it's a building and, you're kind of, again, brick by brick, right? So it does start with accepting you're wrong, but then taking accountability is taking that first step or that next step to go to your partner and be like, okay, like I did do something wrong and I apologize for that. How can we work towards creating a better environment for each other and accepting what actually went wrong here? And then that's how you just better build through conflict. So we really hope that, these tips were helpful for you guys and you guys were able to catch something from it and implement it in your relationships. Again, the pandemic's not over. Quarantine is not fully over. And the little one is getting upset. So we just really hope that these were helpful and we hope that you guys can implement it. Again, come on this journey with us. Please make sure you smash that like button if you like this video. If you want to use any of these tips, let us know in the comments below which tips you would want to use and which ones that you feel were helpful to you. And then just make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Right?
Yes.
We really want you guys to subscribe. It's gonna be lit.
And this little man wants to go.
Yes.
Okay, go see Mom.
The little one.
So again, the 3 major tips here is how to be sorry, he got me distracted there. But how to find a balance between personal life and finding the quality time together. And the second one is, oh my goodness.
The second one, it's okay. The second one is respect each other and make sure that you reciprocate your love language. That's really, really important. So give your love language to each other, make each other feel appreciated and understood. And that's really important.
And the third one is communication, being transparent and having accountability and acceptance to what the person is bringing forward to the table. Yes. Yeah, so just make sure that you guys definitely tune in. We have tons more videos coming for you guys and a lot of other ways we'd want to, just be open and honest and vulnerable in some ways with you guys. And we hope you guys enjoyed the journey. Yes.
So y'all stay tuned.
That's right. So again, leave a like if you like the video, share the video, and subscribe to our channel. All right.
Subscribe.
Click that bell notification to be notified for our next video. All right. We out.
Bye.